Change my way, ain't
You
you?
got all the sun put here.
This is a little stack.
I have a,
This is 650.
I know.
That's a steal.
Yeah, it's always a minute off.
Oh. That just throws
No,
me
it's
off.
Carrie's version.
Yeah, no.
For
think.
safety, it was safety, and then I get those tickets too.
So you don't have.
Me.
Carrie and Hi, Steve.
Oh, he's great.
Steve's great. You knew. Steve and I called each other.
Or y'all got this.
I said, wear green tonight, Steve.
Been kind of AWOL, so I think all my stuff is going to have committee meetings.
It is 6:50. We'll call the safety committee to order. I have a request to renew the contract with Cellbrite Incorporated. Cellbrite is software that our investigators use as a tool to extract phone data. The investigations usually involve drug cases, sex crimes, etc. This is a year-to-year contract that we have. The items included in the current budget and the quoted price for service from September 3rd, 26 to September 2nd, 27 is $14,077.
Is anybody going to gripe about this like they're griping about the cameras?
I mean, I guess anything would be normal if somebody didn't have
I
something to
guess.
talk about.
I think you're right. I think you're right, yeah.
If we've learned nothing, it's that. I make a motion, we renew the contract with Cellbrite.
And I second that motion.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. And the only other thing I just had to mention, just nothing to, be voting on anything like that. We're gonna, we've looked into this, it's propertyroom.com. It's to help with our evidence room and stuff, get dispose of like things that we have that we can't like burn or destroy or something like that that we may be beneficial to have money come back into our fund. And it doesn't cost us anything. They pick it up and they sell it. They might get a little percentage, but we don't pay. It's not anything that we pay a check to or anything like that. But I think it'd be beneficial then, like if you have coins, or something like that, we don't want to destroy that, or anything like that. So we were just wanted to let you know we were looking into that. And other departments are using them in the real reputable companies.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anything else to come before the safety committee? Hearing none, we stand adjourned.
Feels like the
There's someone downstairs with the upstairs. Completely.
It's down there. Yeah,
You're welcome to go by sometime.
You can do fine.
I will not be doing it. You're welcome. It's probably the one that's messed up.
It is 6:55, and I will call the Water and Sewer Committee meeting together.
Just looking to get approval to buy 2 service trucks. These are budgeted. They're 2026 Ford F-350 four-wheel drives. They'll be replacing 2015 and a 2014 model. So
What are we going to do? What are we going to do with the old models?
we'll sell those.
Okay,
We've got
okay.
maybe other departments that may be interested.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
this is a statewide contract price too, so, and that includes, the price of these includes the 9-foot beds, so,
It includes what? I missed that.
it includes the 9-foot beds that go.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Any other questions for Ricky?
I'll make a motion that we approve it. I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ricky. Is there any other business?
Nope.
Okay. Then I will adjourn the meeting.
She had a UTI, she went on, started forgetting everything.
I'm supposed to hit prison.
Get over that. It's amazing how much.
Yeah, that can go in those cars now.
Yeah.
I can, I'm older.
No, I've told her to not. She can't hold her oxygen.
She got pneumonia or something?
She's got so many things. She can't breathe. She can't swallow.
It's terrible.
One of the doctors.
Works out.
She always gets prescribed medicine. She can't take it. She said it makes her go crazy. So, anyway, I'm watching her tonight.
I turned in some information about questions. That was it. That was very short.
I'm just just regular stuff.
Then there's, picture turned in.
Did you turn in a big, long, well-written summary of your critical analysis?
Thanks to Judge. They're really short. I think you'd help me with something. Okay. So I'll see.
I said, money. Understand the money.
Yeah.
Of course, we have some people here.
Thank the Lord.
Thank the Lord, yes. Should have Samantha.
What's up?
Samantha. If she goes, I go.
Samantha, the whole board hinges on you.
remaining solid.
We all just said, and if you ever go, we all go.
No pressure.
We got no pressure.
As our children.
Yes. Yeah, I have grandchild this summer, her child.
Graduated with them.
Oh, you did? Luke did.
Luke and Joshua were in kindergarten. During the kindergarten program class, they stood up and said, what do you get when you cross a duck and a
I think that's, it's like right in her eyes.
Yeah, they just say,
Oh, really?
It's 7 o'clock. We will call to order this regularly scheduled meeting of the McMinnville City Board of Mayor and Aldermen. The first item on the agenda is roll call.
That did that, I'm sorry, everyone's present.
Item 2 is the consent agenda, which this week only includes the minutes from the August 11th regular session. We'll entertain a motion to approve those as read.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I have a motion by Ms. Dunlap, a second by Ms. Morton. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Item 3 is recognition of visitors. If anyone wishes to address the board, please come up and state your name for the record. Hearing none, item 4 is petitions. There are none. Item 5, Mr. Scott, if you join me at the front, please.
you're in trouble. I feel coming to the principal's.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Justin Scott,
Having been appointed acting city administrator
having been appointed active interim city administrator
in the city of McMinnville, Tennessee,
of the city of McMinnville, Tennessee,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the constitutions
that I will support the
of the
constitutions
state of Tennessee and the United States of America,
of the state of Tennessee and the United States of America.
that I will faithfully and impartially discharge
And I will faithfully and impartially discharge
the duties of this office
the duties of this office
and execute the laws which may be required
and execute the laws which may be required
by the charter of ordinances
by the charter of ordinances
of said city to the best of my ability,
of said city to the best of my abilities,
skill,
skill,
and understanding, so help me God.
and understanding, so help me God.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Justin, take this to Samantha. Item 6 is action items. Item 6A is ordinance number 2026-13 regarding city administrator residency requirements and ordinance of the Board of Mayor and Aldermen of the city of McMinnville to amend the McMinnville Municipal Code, Title I, General Administration, Chapter 7, City Administrator, Section 702, Residency, to allow for exceptions by the board and to set the time for this ordinance to become effective. Do I have a motion?
So moved. I'll second it.
I have a motion by Ms. Morton, a second by Ms. Kirby.
Do I touch that?
Yes. All right, is there any discussion? This is the second and final reading.
I would still like to speak on this. I know some of you weren't here the last time that we voted on this. I'm having a really hard time. It's not personal in any way to anyone applying for this job, but obviously, before we were on this board, it was determined by the board that it's important for someone who's going to lead all of the departments to be a city resident. I mean, it can be done in 90 days. My suggestion would be that we amend the current 90-day to also include the sentence where it says, an exception to the city residency requirement may be approved by the Board of Mayor and Aldermen, but to leave the basis of it as, the core of it as the 90-day requirement. It can be done, and I think we need buy-in. We need them to pay city taxes. We need them to use the city services so that if their trash isn't getting picked up, they're experiencing it, too. Drive the city roads, be here during nights and weekends. We're here. The last city administrator was here. I think it's important that they're here as soon as they can be.
So you want to change what to what? Say that again.
So currently, the amendment is to extend it to 6 months instead of the 3 months, which is what's current. And so I'd like to leave the 3 months and then add the exception. There are extenuating circumstances. Things happen, I understand that. So I think we could just add the exception language to the 90 days and then have some sort of meeting in the middle. But to extend it for 6 months, I don't think it's necessary. But that's my thought.
And that's to be in the city limits and not Warren County, correct?
That's what it says, right? The city administrator need not live in the city but become a resident of the city of McMinnville within 90 days.
I don't even like that. I mean, we have multiple applicants who live in Warren County, and I don't think it's reasonable to expect them to just sell their home and have to move into the city limits just because they're a city administrator. I would.
We do. I mean, we have to live here. Why wouldn't they have to?
I mean, but you're talking about a massive transaction of having to sell a home and buy a new one. I mean,
I don't think any of us moved into the city
we
to
didn't
be.
move into the city limits to run for office. And if somebody's lived in their house for 15 years and has a 2.5% interest rate, and then they have to go buy a more expensive home with triple or quadruple that interest rate, that's not fair.
That's what our ordinance says currently, so somebody thought it was
Well, that was
fair.
written a long time ago before we were in the economic state that we are. And people, I mean, cities, counties, municipalities change their codes and ordinances all the time.
So you don't think it's important for someone to live in the city?
I think it's important for them to live in the county, but certainly not outside of Warren County, but I don't think it should be, I mean, we have numerous department heads here. I'm gonna put you on the spot. How many of y'all live in the county?
But
Yeah.
that's not a requirement for them, right?
Well, then it doesn't have to be a requirement for that.
So they still do their jobs to the best of their abilities, not living in the city.
I make a motion that we change it to within the county limits.
So do we have 3 potential rewrites now?
What you're talking about is permanent though, right? You don't have to,
Right.
you don't have to move to the city ever. No.
I do think that
I
what
think
you
if you're
brought
going to
up.
be the city administrator, you need to live in Warren County. I think that's very reasonable. But in a hypothetical situation where perhaps one of the applicants who lives in Warren County applies for this position, and what if an applicant who lives out of state doesn't find a house they like in the city limits or that they can afford or want? They're just excluded because they can't find a house in the city limits?
We're including an exception so that if they need more time, then we would be able to grant more time in the one that I proposed. But ultimately, I think they should live here.
If I could, I do think that this is an extenuating circumstance.
Yeah.
The market here is so different, drastically different than it was even 5 years ago, 10 years ago. And I do think that that is something that we probably would need to consider.
Yeah, I'm for just scrapping I'm for just scrapping the city requirement and putting the time limit on moving to the county. But your motion was made first, so if there's a second, we can vote on that. If not, it just fails for lack of a second.
I think I agree with you that I don't think this administrator is any different. I mean, it's different, but not enough different from the department heads. I mean, it's not a requirement for them that they live in the city. And I think if you live in Warren County, I'm okay with that permanently.
So for the record, would you state what your motion is again?
My motion is to allow 90 days, so to keep the 90-day requirement to live in the city of McMinnville, but to add an exception to the city residency requirement, allowing us, the Board of Mayor and Aldermen, to approve that exception on an individual basis as necessary. So it's somewhat of a combination of the two that are up right now. City of McMinnville being a requirement, and 90 days, not 6 months.
And then just take it case by case to see if you would allow the exception to
Yeah.
let them live in the county.
Yes. And so therefore, we still keep the integrity of what the ordinance was originally planned, but if the market is different and we feel like we need to allow that exception this time, well, then we do, but it reverts back next time.
I'm fine. Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to go ahead and second it so we can either vote yes or no and be done with it.
So we have a motion and a second on the table to change the time limit from 180 days to 90 days to keep the city requirement, but also exceptions on a case-by-case basis. Is that correct?
That's right.
Don't vote on your screen. I'm going to have to call this one out.
Yeah, I know. All right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any further questions or discussion?
So, moving forward with all the applicants, the bulk being all people that don't have to move, we can make exception
Correct.
to waive the living in the city
If we so see fit.
if you see fit.
Does that cause us any problems with like critical analysis of
Well,
each
this
applicant?
amendment isn't a material departure from the first reading. It's only an extension of one time frame.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So
think
it's
it
not
just-
going to be like, well, you let this one person, why won't you let me? And that,
Yeah, and that's where I think it complicates
Yeah, I do
things.
too.
And I personally would just rather see it, you got 90 days to move to Warren County and go about it that way. But again, right now, we're discussing Ms. Youngblood's motion. So again, there's a motion and a second in that regard. And if there's no further questions or discussion, we'll call for the vote.
Carrie Youngblood,
Yes.
Sally Brock,
Yes.
Deidre Dunlap,
No.
Steve Harvey,
No.
Rachel Kirby,
no.
Carrie Morton. No. Mayor Chastain.
No. Motion fails. So, would like to repeat my motion to keep the 90 days, but just extend it to Warren County rather than the city limits.
With no exception.
Well, I mean, there just doesn't need to be exceptions.
That's just on the proposed one, so I was just making
No.
sure it was clear.
Yeah, just take it out, all of that out, do the 90 days, and just make it Warren County.
I second.
Sorry. The motion and a second. We're ready to go for the vote. Peter Dunlap.
Aye.
Carrie Morton. Yes. Sally Brock.
Yes.
Steve Harvey.
Yes.
Rachel Kirby.
Yes.
Carrie Youngblood.
No.
Mayor Chastain.
Aye, motion passes. So do we have to vote on it again as amended, Sam? All right. So now we're back to voting as amended. So there's a motion and a second by Ms. Morton and Kirby.
Does this die since the amendment just passed? It just passed as amended on first reading.
Correct.
This one is dead now.
So, yeah, we'll have to have a second reading
Yes,
of the amendment at the next meeting.
yes.
Don't vote. Do we need to vote since there was a motion and second on the original?
The pending motion was put on, so, yes.
All right, item 7 is recognition of employees and departmental reports. If anyone has anything for the board, please come on up.
Good evening, everybody. I just want to give you guys a quick snapshot of what's going on in Parks and Rec land. As we close out summer, the Gilly Pool only has 3 days of operation left. We passed the 30,000 threshold this past weekend. It's been a little bit of a slower summer with all the rain, and imagine people not wanting to get in the water, or going outside with it being too hot too. It's had a couple 110 days, so people are staying inside in the AC. So we'll be closing out the pool here in the next 2 weeks. Our total visits are 30,233. As we close the summer, we go into the fall. We've got fall sports starting up this weekend with soccer. We've had a great turnout for that. We've got 565 people total registered. That's kids and adult in our adult league. Fall baseball starts the first full week of September, and Little Spikes volleyball started this past weekend. So we're very busy right now at the Miller Center, and we're also moving into our event season as well. We've got Farm to Table this weekend at the Farmers Market, and then in September we've got 2 totally different events. On the 19th we've got Tennessee Slugfest coming to the Miller Center, and then the weekend after that we've got the Experience Church having a 2-night worship event. So 2 completely different events, but they're open to the public as well. So and just wanted to give a shout out to Cody Smart and his team too, maintenance. They got the fountain motor back up and running. So the fountain was down for a couple of days, but it's now up and going. And then also wanted to give a shout out to Katie Smart, Terry Beard, and Renee Alvarez for their work this summer as well with the Billy Pool, Kids Camp, summer sports and all that. So thank you guys.
Thank you. I want to say something about the Parks and Rec. We had the Relay for Life event there 2 Saturdays ago. We about had a meltdown. It was so hot. But anyway, those guys over there they really helped us out. I mean, we had a circuit flow or something crazy happen, and they were right on top of it. So got a good crew running over there. They're great. And thank you all for letting us have that event there as well.
And whoever fell, I can't remember who it was, fell in front of the post office. You know, they said that it was fixed, immediately and smoothed out where it was not level. She fell, and I think she's okay, but it was fixed immediately, and she was very grateful for that. So.
Libby, you look like you want to say something?
I'm sorry,
You're on the front row tonight.
I am doing business.
Mr. Scott, do you have anything?
No, sir.
Mr. Purtle?
No.
All right. A couple of announcements. I'm passing around a letter that was written to all of us by the Warren County School Board regarding the outcome of the data center moratorium vote. They're just expressing their thanks for that, so we can pass this around, let everybody see it. Sam, you can, I guess, put this in the record. And then we do need to go into an executive session to discuss something briefly after the meeting. So as soon as we're adjourned, we'll have to clear the boardroom. Thank you. We are adjourned.